And happy Monday, everyone. Here we are, another Psychic Talk show, live streaming video on YouTube and simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio. Hi, everybody out there. And joining me today, I have a guest co-host. I've got Michelle Metheny with me. Yay, Michelle's here.
Everybody.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Dax. Hi, everybody.
It is really quiet. It is really quiet out. People are still not used to us being here on Monday.
Not yet, but they'll get there.
Yeah, and I really need to do a whole promo campaign where I message all of our members, do an email blast, and do promotions all around social media that we're here daily. Yes.
I agree.
Back to doing 7 days a week. So basically, if it's one of our special shows, like our custom shows, Catherine on Fridays with Passionate Light, and then Sunday, The Angelic View with Maria Moss, and Magic Universe with Sharona Rapsick. Of course, Sharona is on winter break right now anyway. So if there's one of those shows scheduled, then that'll broadcast like normal. And then the other days where there's no show, custom shows like those scheduled, we're going to do these psychic talk shows, our daily psychic talk shows, and going to be here every day of the week. Oh my God. Now, of course, things will come up, like a week ago, I had to go on a Monday to MRI, get an MRI done. So I couldn't do a show that day. And then other things, have just come up. One of my close friends, one of the people I've known the longest, he just turned 60, and we had a really nice dinner and went to the movies and saw Jason Statham, the beekeeper. That was good.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I didn't do a show that day. And then Saturday, it was the first Saturday of the month, and I've got a house committee meeting the first Saturday of the month down at the American Legion. And I used to skip it because I had the Tarot Today shows with Mary, but Mary had to step down and had to leave the show, for personal reasons. And so we shelved Tarot Today. It's, still there, of course, and all the shows in archive. And we'll bring that title out again if we're, I don't know, doing something that's Tarot Today. So like interviewing new deck creators and authors and tarot book authors, and when there's new books coming out, new decks, maybe when we're doing a review or something like that, but I've put it on this shelf for now. That was our very first show, Tarot Today. And so now we're doing all of these psychic talk shows, kind of filling in where there aren't custom shows scheduled. I forgot Wisdom of the Soul with Janice Fuchs. And so I figured, hey, doing all these shows, I can take a Saturday off once a month, So I decided, I'm just going to take Saturday off. The first Saturday of the month, I'm just going to take off from now on, and eventually some of our other hosts and members will be able to maybe pop on and do a show without me, but I liked going to the house committee meeting because then I know what's going on that committee is about, what's happening at the post and all the events and dinners and karaoke and, special events and, the Valentine's dinner on Wednesday the 14th and all these different things. And I actually do the lounge screen. So we have a screen in the main lounge and it has slides that does a slideshow through all these slides, these banners. And I create them all in Photoshop for the post. It's one of the things I volunteer to do, help out the veterans and all. And so it helps to be at the house committee meeting because then I can see what's going on and plan out, what slides I need to make for next month and stuff like that. Because we go a month ahead with the planning. So, yeah. So there'll be things like that where, there won't be a show that day, but it's going to be, one show a month or maybe two, that we miss. But mostly we're going to be here every day, which means you can pop in here. And if you're a member at the Psychic Cafe, I almost said .com, www.psychiccafe. I'm still getting used to it that, there's URLs that, don't have .com, .net, there it is, www.psychic.cafe. And, you remember there and, there's all kinds of, 99% of all the functionality is up and running on the website. There's a whole lot of content and pages and some other things that are back end stuff that I need to put onto the website, like setting up the subscriptions for paid membership and all that kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, but the main functioning is going on. And there's a lot new and different from the old community website was a Ning site on the tarotguild.com, and it's still there, but it's going to go away, probably this month, if not next month. We're just trying to move content and stuff. So people need to learn the functionality, and everything like that. So having a show every day and we're live, you can pop in here anytime and ask us questions about the membership. There's a free membership, and then we have a professional membership and a paid membership, all kinds of different memberships. And, you can come in and ask questions about that on these shows. We're also doing live Zoom meetings 2 or 3 times a week. We're going to be doing live Zoom meetings where you can just pop in, hang out with us. It's not a show, so it's not going to be on YouTube or Blog Talk. It's just a Zoom meeting that you can pop in and you can learn about the website. You can learn about the membership. Maybe you're a professional or you want to become a professional psychic advisor, tarot reader. We can talk to you about certification, growing your business, how you can promote you and your business on the new website, Psychic Cafe, and any kind of questions about, being a psychic advisor, growing your business, and then general questions too. Anything you've got about, tarot and numerology. Those are really great for this show. So, for the shows versus the Zoom meetings. So like if you have anything cool you want to talk about, and because it's fun. And yeah, you can call in about your personal issues. You want a mini reading, or you want us to pull some cards or something like that. But we really love it when folks ask those other questions. And sometimes the big questions. Speaking of big questions, we're going to do a psychic spin today, which we haven't done in a while. And for those that don't know, a psychic spin, you have all the talking heads like on the news programs and cable and YouTube shows and stuff, and they put their spin on current events and things like that. Well, we call our psychic spin because, yeah, we're talking heads, but also, we can pull cards on it. And if there's
Exactly.
numbers involved, we can do the numerology if there's dates and numbers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So we have a little bit of an advantage looking at some of these current events and issues that come up that everybody's thinking about. So those are the big things that we're talking about. If you want us to ever do a psychic spin and pull cards or what have you, numerology, on something that you think everybody is curious about, hey, just let us know. And we'll add that to our list of psychic spin things, that we're going to pull cards on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So let's give out the phone number 714-816-4628. Like I said, it's really quiet. It's a Monday. We don't normally do shows on Monday. Now we'll be here every Monday, but it's getting the word out. That's the hard thing. So we'll give time for some folks to call in. Oh, we do have some people calling in now. We'll take some phone calls in a minute here. So as soon as you get through on that number, just press 1 on your dial pad. That moves you up into the caller queue, those that want to be live on air, and lets us know. 714-816-4628. Nobody in chat. I mean, it is just nothing.
Quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, because we have a lot of people subscribed, and YouTube sends out, hey, Psychic Talk's gone live, and normally
Mhm.
people start popping in. So maybe a little later in the show.
Yeah.
It's still kind of early, right?
Yep, it is.
But before we go to the phone lines, let's look at the numerology of the day and cards of the day. I don't know if you pulled cards, but it's the 5th. So we know it's
It
that 5
is.
energy again. Yeah. High
Mhm.
energy day. High energy day. Yes. This is a great day to have fun. Ride the
It
roller
is.
coasters. Ride the roller coasters. Go to the museums. Go read a good book. Go to a movie. Anything like that. This is not a good day for signing contracts or making any big purchases. Yeah, you don't buy the house or the car or even expensive like um
You don't buy buildings.
appliances. Yeah, but appliances in your house. You're buying that $2,000 refrigerator. I can't believe how
Yeah.
expensive. We just replaced all of ours, and it's like, oh my god, it's so expensive.
Oh, it
Uh,
is.
it's a lot different than the last time I had to buy appliances. It was not that expensive, but it's like, oh my god. Yeah, so you don't want to make any of those big purchases. Don't get married. If you can help it, don't let the baby pop out, on a 5 day. No, I'm just kidding. That's okay, but no big commitments. Try to make it a light day. And then make the intention that you're going to use the positive energy and the large amount of energy to accomplish a lot today versus the
Mhm.
other side of the coin. The other side of that coin with that 5 energy is it's also known as the chaos number. And 5, on a 5 day or a 5 year, things can spiral down quickly into chaos. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. The way you do that is you set the intention that I'm going to use this abundance of energy to get a lot done, and also avoiding the chaos by what we just said. You don't make any big decisions. You don't sign contracts. You don't buy big, make any big purchases on a 5 day. And, when I was shuffling, I cut to the heart of the matter and I got the mom card, the Queen of Pentacles. So it's all about nurturing today, and doing things with your family and close friends and things like that. But this was what's interesting. That was the heart of the matter card. But for the cards of the day, this is interesting. Yesterday we did one of those Zoom meetings we were just talking about. I called it a website orientation meeting,
Yep.
and we only were on for an hour. We could have gone 2 or 3 hours because there was so many questions and there's so much to show on the website. It's really hard. But I kept it to an hour, and it was kind of impromptu. It was our first one. I haven't scheduled them out yet, and I was thinking the other day that, okay, I need to schedule those out. And then I thought, I'm just going to jump the gun and just, go for it and do one after the show on Sunday. So I was guest co-host on Maria's show, The Angelic View, and Maria Moss and I had a great time. And then afterwards, we did that Zoom meeting, and it was really great. People showed up, not a ton of people, but I only had just got the word out like the day before,
Right.
but we since that meeting, we've had 3 new lifetime members sign up
Yay.
for the Tarot Guild. Yay. And I didn't talk about it in the Zoom meeting because we were so stuffed with information and questions. And but I always pull cards when I do something like that for the meeting. And this is what I got. I got the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. And I was like, oh, isn't that perfect? So it's like all of us coming together and working together on this website, this new community. And it's community, so you got the 3 of Cups there. They're dancing and celebrating. So it's a card of celebration, but it's also a card of people coming together. So, I got this yesterday, and this morning I did a lot of shuffling. I cut the deck in half, and that's how I get the Heart of the Matter card. That was the Queen of Pentacles. Well, when I went to pull the card of the day, or cards of the day, I always pull a couple. The 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles showed up again. And I just thought that was like, oh my God, there's the universe winking at us. And this was right after I found out that we got, 2 more signups for lifetime membership at the Guild. And they got onto the new website, www.psychic.cafe, and I was getting them all set up and everything. And, I think that's what this is talking about, is that, nurturing the situation. And it's about, things seem to be really taking off already with Psychic Cafe. And it's a great start for 2024. And when it's community and you work together and you communicate with people, like the Zoom meeting we did, when you actually, it's one thing to put out an announcement or something in text, or even a banner or whatever with an image, and tell people that, hey, we got the new website going on, or give them any information. It's one thing to do that. It's another thing to actually live one-on-one. Well, it's not one-on-one because it's a group of people on the Zoom, but face-to-face is another way of to put what I'm trying to put here. And you actually communicate to them what the functionality is with the website. One of the folks that joined, I think it was Linda Stevens, this morning was talking to me, and what she said was she's really excited about the website too, and she's one of the folks that signed up for the lifetime membership as well, because she's a practitioner herself. And she said, let's see. She said it would be good to see what comes of the website. She said some people I know were lamenting that there's less websites beyond the big social media groups. So, besides like Facebook and Instagram and, all the socials out there, Twitter, I'm sorry, X, and it's funny, they changed the name to X. And I think that was perfect because you got the X and you knew that, okay, it's time to X out Twitter and get rid of it. Sorry, Elon. Oh, no, but yeah, so there are people out there that want the social interaction, but they don't want um, to be on like a big site where it's not just tarot, just psychic stuff. It's like everything, like Facebook, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
They want something more intimate. They also want to be on a
More
platform.
personable.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
they also want a platform where um you don't have all the negative stuff, the constant advertisements. Um there's just a lot of negative stuff like on Facebook and such.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she's really excited about. And I said, bring your friends
Yeah, absolutely.
and hang out on here. And so that's the cards of the day, the numerology of the day that I got. And what I want to say is, I obviously this is the universe winking at me, uh, sending me the same cards again. But I want to say for everybody out there as well, this applies to you as well. So it's telling you the big secret to abundance and prosperity in 2024 is social interaction and working together on things. Even if you're a solopreneur and you don't have employees and everything like that, um, nobody works in a vacuum.
No.
You know, you still, even if you're a solopreneur, think about it, you still have your suppliers that you have to deal with, your accounts and everything. You still have your clients and customers.
Mm-hmm.
So, no one's ever a solopreneur, really. It takes a group of people to make anything successful. And it doesn't just have to be, business and career, but that's what I felt from these cards. So that's what I got. Oh, and did you pull any cards today, Michelle?
I did. And it's
Cool.
it's it's rather interesting because I got the Seven of Cups, which talks about a victory in a way. There is emotions that you have, there's a lot of things going on. And I also drew, I really did shuffle the King of Cups.
Cool.
And in this card, he's at a cafe. So I feel like you need to relax, talk with someone. So maybe, just take the day to have a cup of coffee, not worry about all those other things that need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And then just for the clarity, I drew one more card, which turned out to be the Five of Cups
Mm.
for the 5 day. So don't worry about don't worry about all those broken cups. You need to just go have that cup of coffee with someone. Think about what's going on for the day, that you need to just, it's a self-care day. That's what I'm saying. You need to have a self-care day, or you're going to end up breaking more cups, breaking more things that you don't need to lose.
That's awesome. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Got a couple of callers coming in. We're going to go to phone lines. Oh, Dan is in there. Dan, Your hubby popped into the chat. Hey, at least we got somebody, even if it has to be family members. On this quiet Monday, how do y'all? What is the psych? What? Oh, I hate this about the chat on here. Is like it stuffs it down, and you have the heart that you can click on and have all the different
Yes.
emojis, and it covers the text on the last one, and you can't read stuff. I hold on. Maybe if I make the window bigger, there you go. That makes it so I can see stuff. Okay, how do you all? Dan says, what is the psychic spin on Trump getting voted in? Yeah, we haven't done one on that. We can definitely do a psychic spin. Although I did actually, one of our Tarot Guild members also does YouTube shows, and she was talking about actually another I think she might have been a British reader and was on Fox News and pulled cards.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. And
Wow.
it wasn't very good for Trump, let's just say that. But she played the clip on her YouTube show and then talked about it herself. I don't remember.
Wow.
I don't remember if she pulled cards too. I think she might have just commented on what the other reader got. But it would this other reader that was on Fox News. It was funny. Oh my God! And she was really, she kept a straight face and just okay, I'll pull a card on that. Okay, I'll pull a card on this. It was pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go, Dan. I gotta find the clip for that. Um, let's see here. Okay, so right before we go to the phone lines, because it's almost the bottom of the hour, real quick, I'm gonna mention that you can grab us a cup of coffee. I'm gonna put up some of the slides here, tell you guys what's going on. So yeah, we're simulcasting on radio, and I often forget that the people on radio can't see, what we've got up on the screen. But if you go to oh shoot, I forgot to set up the live link. It's something new we're doing where I'm trying to like have the same URL but swap out the daily show what it is. And I completely forgot to do that today. But you can go to psychic.cafe/YouTube. We'll take you over to our channel and you can click and go into the live show. So it's psychic.cafe/YouTube, and you can come join us here and see the cards we're putting up and so forth like that. And the banners we're putting up, but I'm just going to tell everybody on radio. Yeah, I'm showing these. I'm showing the slides now, and you're not seeing these anyway, but I'll try to describe. Okay, so you can grab us a cup of coffee over at psychic.cafe/coffee. That's our coffee page. And you can go there and, click the button. You can send us $10, $15, $20, whatever. And we'll share that and get a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's our tip jar. And what we're doing for 2024 is if you go over and grab us a cup of coffee, we will bring you on no waiting on these shows. So during a live show or say leading up to the next show, because we're doing it every day now, you can just go to psychic.cafe/coffee, buy us a cup of coffee, send me a message on the Psychic Cafe site and say, hey, Dax, I'm so-and-so. Here's my phone number. I'll be online, dialed in on tomorrow's show, and we'll bring you right on. We won't even do what we just did with the show and talk about what's going on, cards of the day, everything. We'll put everything on hold and bring you on right away, no waiting. And if you can't call in, you can tell us you're going to be in the chat and you're going to ask your question in the chat, and we'll take your question first when you go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and grab us a cup of coffee. Of course, you can just grab us a cup of coffee because you're enjoying the shows, you're learning something new, you enjoy just hanging out with us as well. So even if you're not wanting to jump the line, so to speak, you can obviously go over and buy us a cup of coffee. And okay, our banner for Psychic Talk shows daily. Yep, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern every day. Now, this may change in the future as we add more custom shows. We might start doing some evening shows. There's a lot of different things we want to try out in 2024. But for right now, and I don't know actually, Michelle, I don't even know how this actually happened, but somehow all the shows are at the same time. So 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m.
11 a.m. Yep.
11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. London, UK. And you guys can all extrapolate from there. I'm not going to go through the whole list. Okay. But yeah, shows daily. And then Friday, so I'm going to have a show, obviously today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Ellie will be my guest co-host tomorrow. Michelle will be back on Wednesday. Ellie's going to, I don't know if Ellie's going to be co-hosting on Thursday. I think that might be a solo show. And then Catherine's Compassionate Light will be this coming Friday. And then Saturday, we have our first episode of Michelle's Mystic Corner. Right, Michelle?
Woohoo! Yes.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Are you excited?
No, not at all. Yes.
She found this really cool picture, and I use it as the background for her show banner, and it's just really cool. And I got Michelle up there, and it's the second and fourth Saturdays. So this month, that's the what is that? The 10th and the 24th.
Yes, 10th and the 24th.
So in addition to popping on as a guest co-host, on our daily shows here and there, like Ellie and Pamela and everybody are doing, she's now going to have her own private custom show twice a month and talking about different topics, a lot of tarot, but anything she wants to, psychic, what have you. And I've heard about, some other things that you might be talking about, like herbs and so forth, and apothecary. I can't say it. See, you messed me up. You couldn't say it, and then I said apothecary perfectly, and then I get on the show and I can't say it.
Apothecary.
Apothecary. See, now we can do it. And so all kinds of neat stuff on Michelle's Mystic Corner, right?
That's right. Lots of good stuff coming up.
So have you started your list already of stuff you want to talk about and people you want to interview and decks you want to review, whatever you're going to do?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I heard you have another deck coming.
I do. Let's see here. I have a new deck coming. It is The Steel Wizard by Miss Pamela Steele.
Yeah.
It will be here before the new show on the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it should be here Wednesday, but probably not in time for our show.
Oh, okay. And that's great because Pamela Steele is going to be my guest co-host on Sunday the 11th, this coming Sunday.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And so on Saturday, you'll do the show and then we can talk about it on the Sunday.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, so her and I, Pamela and I, whenever she's available, which is most Sundays, she said she's going to pop in and be with me. But the rest of you are able to pop in with us as well. So you, Michelle, Ellie, anybody else, our hosts or staff that want to jump in. Also, if you're a lifetime member of the guild, one of our certified readers, something like that, just get a hold of me and you can be on with me and Pamela on a Sunday, or me on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, or Ellie, and you guys can come on, and actually we've done a show or two where it was like three or four of us, and it was so fun. So you guys can come join us. And then I also wanted to mention that Marie will be back with the next Angelic View show on the third Sunday. So this coming Sunday it'll be Pamela and I, and then it'll be Maria on the 18th. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay. All righty. So before we do that psychic spin, let's see. I just got a ding. I got a message on Psychic Cafe. Maybe you guys heard that. It goes, when you've got a message. Yeah, we have instant messaging. We've got private messaging. We've got groups. Everything like, on Facebook, only it's everything tarot and numerology and psychic mediumship and psychic stuff, but no, none of the negative stuff on social media. Yeah. And we also vet the people that join. Yes. One way you can check, by the way, there's these little icons next to our names on Psychic Cafe. And if you see the cup icon, kind of like our logo, you see the coffee cup with the steam coming out, that means they're a verified member. So if you're wondering about that, and you're kind of leery about, who you friend and communicate with on social media and all, our members are verified. So you'll see that little icon and you'll know that they're a verified member, which is one of the cool things that, you don't get anyplace else. Awesome sauce. Let's see who is on the phone lines here. 714-816-4628. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through. Area code 203 has been waiting the longest. Are you ready there? Are you there, 203? What's your name? Where are you calling from? 203.
Hi, I am ready. It's Pat from Connecticut. Thank you.
Hi, Pat.
And
Hi, Pat.
Hi. I want to say from a regular deck, Monday is Mercury communication, so I think you'll do just fine about getting word of mouth that you're on Monday.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, we got to get the word out that we're here now. Yes. 7 days a week with Psychic Talk. I just love it. All righty.
That's great. Well, a couple of weeks ago, you gave me a phenomenal reading about a partner coming in, and I tried to find it in the archives. I've looked and looked and looked and looked. I can't find it, and I'd love to ask you again.
Cool.
A mate. I'm 70. I'm looking for the one and only final mate.
Oh, wow. Well, we did that reading before, and now things have changed because we're in the future. Maybe we'll get a completely different reading. Yeah, that's great.
I think so, probably. And also to let you know, I've basically been single for about 35 years.
Wow.
I had a very short relationship with. It was destined not to succeed, but that was okay. I learned a lot and healed a lot, and it was really phenomenal.
Yeah, sometimes it's life lessons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, you want to go first? I don't think you read for Pat when she was on last time. So yeah, so I figure we'll have Michelle go first and see what she's getting.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna shuffle here and look for the man. We're gonna see if anybody shows up.
Okay, the first card I drew was the 8 of Wands. So there is a lot of avenues that you can take that you may not know about yet, or that you haven't tried. Maybe you might need to step outside of the box, outside of your comfort zone, and try something new a new activity to meet someone. The second card that I got was the Seven of Cups. And again, there is a lot of different, on this card, there's a lot of different cups with a lot of different like one cup has crayons and one cup has jewelry, one cup has flowers, one cup has a ghoul sitting on it. So make sure you're looking into those different avenues very carefully. Choose the app. Don't just be like, oh, there's an avenue I haven't tried. I'm going to go down that road and see if I can meet somebody there. You want to make sure it's something that you know or have some sort of, hey, I might be able to actually complete that. And then the last card that I drew was the Lover's card. But in this card, there are 3 hands involved. And companionship is not always about love, and sometimes it's about simply companionship. And so just be on the lookout for, don't be harsh on yourself. Be more open to different, don't have such high standards that you look away from what's really out there and right in front of your face.
Okay.
And that's what I see.
So what I do in these situations, you know, oh wow. Pat, hold on a second. There's a lot of background noise, like wind or something going on. I'm going to put your line on hold for a second. What I do with these kind of questions on the show is I just start laying out cards till I get to somebody. You know, and if within the first, second, third card, something like that, a core card shows up, somebody's going to show up real soon, you know, and then the more cards I go out, the longer it's going to take. And I also got the Heart of the Matter card, and I got the 6 of Wands, which is literally the success card in tarot, and 6 is success in numerology. It's also the nurturing energy as well. But it tells me that, yeah, you know, you're probably going to have success with this, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. And you need to look in different places maybe than you've been looking and so forth. Just like Michelle was talking about, you know, have you gone to different places or groups, whatever your interests are? Have you gone on meetup.com and searched for those interests in your area or the next major city over? See, that's the thing. It's like, if you're not meeting people, if they're not showing up, I always ask people, well, what have you changed? What are you doing differently? If you haven't changed anything, and you're going to the same lodge with the same people, you're going to the same church service on Sunday, you have your circle of friends, you know, you do this on Tuesdays and this on Thursdays, you know, and you have your life. And especially, we all know as we get older, you know, at your age and even at my age and Michelle's age, we get set in our ways. And, you know, we have, and also life, because of our commitments and things like that, it forces us to do certain things and on certain days, and we have to have everything. We have a schedule. We have everything regimented out and things like that. If you're retired, then it opens things up a little more, that you can make more choices and things like that. But because humans are creatures of habit, and we get stuck in these routines, and so what is it that you can do differently? So I started laying out the cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards later. By the way, it's the 7th card. It's 6 cards later. The heart of the matter card was 6. Yes, 6 is the success number, but it's also saying, oh, well, that might be the timing as well, because the Page of Swords shows up 6 cards later. So to me, the feeling I'm getting from that is 6 weeks. That's what I'm getting. Could be 6 months, but I'm going with 6 weeks is what I'm feeling here. And I'm getting all these cards like the 7 of Swords and the Moon card. Things going on in shadows. All right. Then I got the 3 of Wands. That's waiting for your ship to come in this case, the right guy, right? 5 of Cups. I feel like this is the crying over spilt milk card. I'm wondering, Pat, do you still have attachments to things from the past? And it doesn't have to be attachments to previous relationships. I mean, like you said, your last one was what, 35 years ago? Your attachment might not be to people from the past. Your attachment might be to not having anybody in 35 years. You're attached to that being your reality, and you need to let go of that in order to move forward, right? The Hierophant shows up. I think that might be also talking about another opportunity. All right. So the Hierophant is about social norms and ritual and so forth. Obviously, religion and church are included in this. So what I said earlier about, going to the same church service like on a Sunday. Well, is there something different you can go to on a Wednesday or a Saturday? Or maybe you want to, your friend Ethel goes to a different service. Maybe you want to go with her one day, kind of thing. Meet new people, get out there. Okay. Also the 5, sometimes the 5, the Hierophant shows up when you're supposed to buck the social norms, the status quo. You're supposed to not go along with the way things are, quote unquote, supposed to be, and look at doing things a different way. Also, the Hierophant is connected with higher education. So, what classes, workshops, other learning opportunities could you get involved with? Again, there's meetup.com. You can go on meetup.com and search your area and your favorite topics. Maybe you're a golfer, maybe you're into gardening, maybe you're looking for a book club or something like that. You're into reading books. I mean, it's just endless. Maybe you're into tarot. You could find a tarot meetup, or you're into astrology or something like that, or crystals, or, I mean, whatever you're interested in, there are groups on meetup.com in your area that you can meet new people. And then we get towards the end here is when the Page of Swords finally shows up. So swords are thoughts and ideas. It's the air element. So it's associated with like Libra and Gemini and Aquarius. So this person might be a Gemini, might be a Libra or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Could just be someone that has the attributes of an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra, but it could very well, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't one of those signs. The other thing about the Page of Swords, he's quick-witted, and he's got a youthful outlook on things. So, he could be chronologically younger than you. The pages tend to indicate younger people, but in these situations, when we're talking about, relationships in our contemporaries, sometimes it's talking about a page will show up for somebody coming into your life because they are just slightly chronologically younger than you, or that they just have a youthful outlook. They could be older than you and have a very youthful outlook. But this is a lover of life, this is somebody that's got energy, which is great, So if they're around your age and have a ton of energy, that's a fantastic person to meet. So yeah, I'm feeling like we got the success card. I think you can make it happen. It's just you have to put the work in, okay? And I'm looking back over the cards here. Creativity and communication with the 3 energy. I got 2 3s. I also got 2 5s. Okay, that 5 energy. And by the way, today's a 5. I think that you need to get away from those any attachments you still have, to the way it is, the way it was, so you can make it the way it will be. All right. And make some of these changes, start doing something different. I think it's like a broken record. I say this on almost every show. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Einstein. And I love that quote from Einstein. It's so true. If we keep doing the same thing over and over again, and nothing new's happening, we need to try something different. So get yourself out there and start meeting new people. And through new people, you're going to meet other new people, and so on and so on and so on. And then, what I'm seeing here is that 6-week time frame, Pat. And then you're gonna have to call back and let us know what happens.
I will. I'm sorry about the noise. Page of Wands sounds great to me. I am getting ready to make changes. I'm sorry?
It was the Page of Swords, not the Page of Wands.
Oh, Page of Swords. Yeah, I like that. And you're right. I'm actually been in a very slow process of healing and getting ready to kind of get more organized out in the world and get out more. So
yeah,
that
get
makes
back
sense
out there.
too.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It sounds like it's all lined up with you.
Yeah, I appreciate your reading.
Awesome. Thanks for calling in again, Pat.
I'll let
Thank
you know.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great week.
You too.
Yep. And Happy New Year. And, 2024, it's a world year of abundance and prosperity. And this could just be your year. Abundance and prosperity doesn't mean just financial, also means in, your love life and relationships. And so, yep, I think it's going to start lining up there. We had a few other callers, and then we lost some people there, Michelle. So real quickly, I'm going to say, if you call in right now, 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. You're going to be up there in the queue. We might be able to get to your call. So 714-816-4628. Have you been monitoring the chat?
Yes, we have.
It looks like it's just Dan and Bargov.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't say the name. Anyway, if you're in our chat, if you're watching us live on YouTube, on the YouTube live, and you'll see the chat there. You can go ahead and request us to pull a card. Just say, hey guys, please pull a card for me. Or if you have a specific question, you can type in the question, keep it to like 1 or 2 lines, try to be as quick and concise as possible, and very, very specific.
Yep.
Okay, and so you guys can just put that in, and any other questions you have about anything, the guild or tarot, numerology, anything you've always wanted to ask, go ahead and pop it in the chat, as well as calling in 714-816-4628. We're going to go to area code 215 right now. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Jessica, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Jessica. How's it going?
Hi, Jessica.
Hey. Good. I'm sitting out in the sun today. Thank God it's nice out.
Whoa.
I'm wondering, as far as when you see me moving out of where I currently am. I've been in what was supposed to be a temporary living situation, and I've been here for several months, and I want to move, but there's this like internal hesitation, because if I move, most likely that means I would be signing like a year lease,
right,
and committing to like staying in this area, and I feel like resistant to that. I'm not like ready to fully commit to like being in this state. So just wondering how you see this playing out. I mean, I really want to move from where I am. I want something that's more comfortable.
Let's see. Decisions. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is really freaky. Michelle, Jessica was explaining, and I said, you know, it would be just really weird if the Two of Swords showed up. And the Two of Swords showed up as the central focus card. Yes, this is the big issue. What to do? Should you move? Do you want to, commit to where you are? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm getting 4 out of 5. Yeah, getting 4 out of 5. So that's a yes. I'm getting a big fat yes for Jessica, that you're going to be moving. And it looks like timing card again with the 6. I'm getting a lot of 6s. So there's a lot of success there. Okay. Once you make the decision. I got the star card as the heart of the matter card. Okay, so star card is hope. This is a really positive card. It's what is that? 17. So it's 8. It's abundance. So it's, before I got any of the other cards, I got this one when I cut the deck, and usually that's the heart of the matter. What it means is, before you even do the reading, it's telling you what's going on. Sometimes you don't even need to pull another card, because you cut to the heart of the matter and boom, So it's trying to dissuade your negative feelings about this, and to let you know that it's going to be okay. There's hope there. You're not going to be trapped where you are. You may be able to find a situation where you don't have to sign a lease. Worst case scenario, let's say you find a really nice place, you really like it, you move where you're currently at, and you do stay there for a year. It's a year. It's not the end of the world. See, this is the thing, Jessica, is like, you start off by saying that it's almost like overstaying your welcome. Like, I've been in this temporary situation for all these months. Well, all these months is almost a year. So, if you're staying there almost a year, what's wrong with renting an apartment for a year while you at the same time are, looking elsewhere for a situation, maybe in a different state where you really want to be, and use the time to set that up, and get all the materials you need, get the moving set up, get the money, the finances, everything that you need, to move. You want to leave Pennsylvania and go to, I don't know, California, Florida, Texas, oh God forbid, Seattle. I don't know where you want to go. Maybe she wants to live in the Bible Belt, Michelle. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
You were saying that earlier, how you're in the Bible Belt and you
Oh,
don't
yes.
doing the metaphysical stuff in the Bible Belt. It's like, well, that's what online is for, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
So, the
So,
devil card.
logically, it makes sense to do that, because I've been like, oh, well, I've already been at this place where I am,
Right.
like you said, for so many months. But like, there's a part of me that, so like, even though logically it makes sense, like the emotional and like in my body, it's like, no, don't commit here another year. Or like, I don't know if that's like because stuff with my career is still sorting out, and maybe that's when I'll feel more settled than to make a decision. But
Right.
I just, it's it's like my body wants to move from where I am. Like, I'm very cranky about where I am, but yet I can't make that step because, like, again, those resistance. So like, it logically makes sense.
And that's why. Well, that's why the Two of Swords showed up. So in the Two of Swords, she's got a blindfold on. She has two swords. So those are two thoughts or ideas crossing each other. And when I get the Two of Swords, it's always somebody that either can't make a decision in something or is unwilling to make a decision. So it's telling you what the issue is. You need to make the decision. And the only major arcana card besides the star card showing up as the heart of the matter, the only major arcana card showing up is the devil card. And that's showing us what the problem is. The problem is attachment somewhere. So there's an attachment to it having to happen a certain way.
Yeah.
That's what's going on, and this, I got all these success cards. I got the Six of Pentacles. I got the Six of Swords. The star card is hope, right? The Six of Swords is slow, steady progress away from the hold on a second. I can't concentrate with noise. So I got to put Jessica on hold here because there's a lot of background noise. But there's rough seas right here on the right side of the boat, and on the other side it's calm seas, and then there's the shoreline in the distance, and that's where your goal is. That's your ultimate goal. You want your career settled. You want to move to a place you're going to be happier at, probably in another state. You need to figure that all out. Okay. And you're making progress towards that. Now there's a lot of swords in this boat. That's a lot of thoughts and ideas. And what do I always say on these shows? We get stuck in the thoughts and the ideas, what do I say? What do I say, Michelle, with the thoughts and ideas? What have you heard me say on these shows?
I went completely blank.
Oh, you went blank. Okay. I was just wondering about your take, and yeah, I'm gonna see what you're
basically.
But wait, hold on. But let me finish up before we go to your cards. I was just trying your take on the whole thing with all these shows. The same thing happens. We keep showing sword cards keep showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm tongue twisted today. I'm having trouble talking. And it's the same thing over and over again. We're
Yep.
trapped by our thoughts. We have too many thoughts and ideas. We need to have a single thought and idea and just go with it. And then in the Two of Swords, which
That's
is
it. Yep.
the heart of the matter, she's got two swords. You got to pick one and go with it. And yeah, I know you want to get to where you ultimately are going to end up, and you're going to get there. Okay, you're making the progress there, but this is the thing, is that I don't think you're ready yet. I think you need to get what's showing up in the cards to me is you're attached to it happening a specific way and right away. Okay, and you need to let go of that attachment to it having to happen that way, and accept that you need to take this time to do some searching around, like with the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is, and this is the travel card. He's got a travel hat and cloak on. He's got a travel staff. He's got pyramids in the back, so this is foreign travel. But in addition to that, often regular meaning of the card, also it could just mean searching, looking around to travel, to move somewhere else, and maybe you need to travel. Maybe you need to either stay where you are, or if you're unhappy where you are, get an apartment for like a 6-month lease or something, where you are now. And then during that 6 months, travel to cities in other states, places you are thinking about liking, that you like and that you might want to live in. I mean, that's what I did. One year I was making the major move. It was out of Tucson. And, I went to Seattle. I went to San Francisco. I went to San Diego. I knew I wanted to live on the coast, and Portland, and I ended up moving to San Diego that time. But previously I had lived in Seattle and I lived in San Francisco. And so, I went back to those cities, and then also went to other cities that I hadn't been to. And I decided that I wanted to move to San Diego. And I was there for 8 years before I moved back here to Tucson. And the only reason I'm here is because of family and certain issues and commitments, so had to come back, but as soon as I can, I want to get back out, but the thing is that I took the time, Page of Wands, and traveled and looked around and figured it out. Then I Six of Pentacles, I took care of the financial situation, weighed all the options, got everything set and figured out, and then made the decision, Two of Swords, and just went with it, but that process took half a year for me to travel to those different cities. And also then once I made the decision to set everything up, and there was my career to move, there was the logistics of moving, all of that kind of thing, so I don't think this is a bad thing for Jessica. I actually think this is a good thing. But she's attached with this Devil card, and it's like I can feel it. I can feel what she's feeling, and she's like afraid of getting trapped. But this is the thing: you could just stay where you are and work on this, or, like I said, there's got to be places you can rent by the month, places you can rent for 3 months or 6 months, and prepare. Okay. So, Michelle, what did you get?
Oh, and I was going to say, basically, thoughts and ideas don't always go anywhere without action and some sort of manifestation behind it.
Okay.
So I drew 2 of the 9s, 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles, which tells me you need to end some things. You need to finish some things before you do try to move. You need to close out projects, be prepared to move if that's what you end up doing. I was going to say about 9 months maybe, but then there's 2 of them, so 9 to 18 months is probably a good span of time to really save that money, be prepared, finish all your projects, get everything in order. The next card I drew was the 3 of Pentacles. You need to build your circle of friends wherever you end up going. And like Dax was saying, go visit that place, go meet some people. When we moved to our town, we came down here a couple of times and had lunch and just took an opportunity to get to know a few people. We went shopping a few times so that we got to see the society we were going to be moving into. And then the next card that I drew is the World card. And you will find your peace. You will find that aha moment if you move, if you don't move, but you still have to end cycles, whether it's emotional cycles, whether it's physical cycles. You need to end some situations. You still need to enhance your circle, and then you will find your true happiness. And either way, you're looking at 9 to 18 months to really make that full decision.
Awesome. Let me see here, Michelle. I'm going to bring Jessica back on. Hey, Jessica. I hope that helped out.
Hi. Hey. Yeah, thank you so much. I really, Dax, I really liked a lot of things that you said. I liked everything that you said because it's been on my mind a lot as far as like how I have this, it is a thought process, as far as like fear of getting trapped, fear of not having a good life, fear of getting stuck somewhere. And just also when like Michelle was talking, it's like, I've had this pattern that I realized for so long, like my whole life of like, I guess sort of having like a bumpy, sort of chaotic life. Whereas rather than like, why don't you do this easy? Like, let things be smooth and stable and take your time. But like, there's something within me that is like, there's like that attachment to wanting things the way I want them, even though I don't really know exactly like how I want them, where I want to be living or whatever. But it's like this constant fear of not having a good life or being in the wrong place,
Right.
or like it's trauma based, you know, but it's like, oh, like I never realized how it rules my life so much. So,
and it's not just you, it's everybody.
Hard, you know,
it is.
Well, that's the thing that people don't realize.
Yeah.
You know, we're humans and we're hardwired that way. And we want things, you know, if you think back before agriculture, like, okay, so the first humans going back, let's say 50,000 years, go back 50,000 years. And, you know, we're hunter gatherers. We look around, you know, okay, the stream's here. I know I can pick berries over there. You know, the XYZ animals tend to congregate over here, you know, and you know, you map things out in your head. and we're really good at seeing patterns. We're really good at memorizing where the food is, where the water is, stuff like that. And that's how, here we are 50,000 years later in modern society. And, despite our iPhones and everything, we still have this hardwired that we don't like change, because change means danger in our subconscious. Change means danger. It means, oh my God, I might not know where my next meal's coming from if I move 100 miles over that way, and then you don't know where the water supply is, and everything else. And it really is that simple. We're creatures of habit, and we don't realize that we're never stuck. We're never stuck. Never, never, never. Even if you sign a lease and you are literally have to stay somewhere for a year, you can pick up stakes and then move. Yeah, you might have to stay there for a year. If you're afraid of that, okay, don't sign a year's lease, sign a 6-month lease. If that's too long of a time, sign a 3-month lease or a 1-month lease, or don't move from where you are now till you're ready. Yeah. So, we're never stuck. We can always pick up stakes and go someplace completely different, try something completely different. The smart thing, though, is to go slow and steady and get everything, all your ducks in a row, get everything lined up and ready, and take the time to do that, rather than that's the other thing, is because of our shortest attention spans now, and because Amazon delivers us whatever we want, either today, tomorrow, or the next day, we want everything right away. We want instant gratification. So we want to be safe, secure, and in our new location with our new job and everything, instantly, like tomorrow. But the smart thing to do is to take months.
A thing of like, yeah, I mean, it's what I've been noticing a lot is like, I've never really let myself get settled anywhere, like any place that I've lived. And like, also it's just like, there's some sort of like addiction to this like fantasy, like that. Well, first off, as far as like the moving around a lot, like, I think that, like, I notice how things are opening up here for me in Pennsylvania, but like how I resist it every step I take. I'm like, I hate it here. Like, I just keep repeating that over and over again. And I'm like, why do you keep saying that? Like, things are actually opening for you. Like, good things are happening. But it's like, no, I don't want to be here. And like, I think there's something to be said there as far as like, I don't know what it is. I've lived other places. I've never had such an aversion to like where I am now. But like, I don't know what it is of like the reason why, again, like the only thing I could think of is like, just has to do with like early, whatever, some childhood trauma of like constantly keep it moving. Like, don't get settled. Maybe that makes you like vulnerable somewhere, and like just always being in that like fight or flight, like survival mode.
Yep.
And like, I'm actually just settling here, like getting out of that survival mode. So it sounds positive, but it doesn't feel positive.
Yeah, well, it's not all positive. I mean, that's why the only major arcana card I got was that devil card, which is talking about what you just said, about those attachments, to that. Anyway, give it some thought, and then, you can always give us a call back, Jessica. I hope it helped you out.
Okay.
Appreciate
thank you. I appreciate it.
And Happy New Year. I hope 2024 ends up being really great for you. Maybe by the end of the year, if you call in again, we can pull more cards and see, like, let's see if at the end of the year you get to move, kind of thing. I forget what my timing card was. I think it was 6, so like 6 months. or longer, so I got that 6-month thing come in for Jessica. And yeah, it is interesting, and that may be something she might want to explore, is why does she have that attachment, with that devil card, and why does she have these strong negative feelings about where she's at? She's called in before, and I remember, because I'm from Pennsylvania, and so when she says, she hates living in Pennsylvania where she's at, I was like, oh, okay, so I you know mentally took a note on that, because connected
That's
it,
interesting.
because
I'm from Pennsylvania.
you're from Pennsylvania too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where are you now? Nevada?
I am.
Yeah, and so you're like really close to me. You're just above, because Arizona's here, Nevada's there.
Yep.
And yeah, I like to say I escaped the East Coast. I escaped Pennsylvania to the West Coast. So
Yep.
you and I did that, and maybe Jessica will too. I don't believe
Yes.
her. I'm not saying that Pennsylvania is fantastic and what are you talking about? No, you should stay there. No, not at all. I lived there 18 years, and as soon as I could leave, I left. I went in the military. I got stationed on this side of the country. I have not left in 40 years. And you couldn't pay me enough to live on the other side of the Mississippi River. You just couldn't.
Nope.
It's like, I love stuff out here, Portland and Seattle and San Francisco and LA, not so much, but maybe Malibu, right? And San Diego.
Yes.
And I love Tucson. I've lived here on and off multiple times. It's where a lot of people come if they don't want to retire to Florida. They retire here. A lot of East Coasters retire to Florida, but with Florida becoming the hellhole that it is,
Yeah.
with everything from hurricanes to giant mosquitoes to DeSantis, who would want to, in their right mind, live in Florida? It's funny because our host Maria Moss, the Angelic View, her and Artie retired to Florida, and well, they're kind of like snowbirds. They play. They're from Long Island, and they'll spend time part of the year in Florida,
Right. Yeah.
part of the year up in New York. Still, they'll go visit up in New York. But yeah, you couldn't pay me. I mean, I went there to go to Disney World, and yeah, I'm not going back to Florida for anything. So if you have an aversion to Florida, you move to Tucson. That's where everybody goes. But
Yep.
and it has its charm, right? It's a lot of people, million people in southern Arizona, but it has that old Pueblo feel. We call it the old Pueblo, and it has that small town feel. University of Arizona's here. It's got a small college town feel, even though it's not. It's actually big, and it's across many dozens of square miles. It's huge, and we have the Gem and Mineral show it every year and everything. But I got to tell you, it's like it's not being next to the ocean. I like being near water, and you don't got that here in Tucson, except for when occasionally it rains. And I lived in Phoenix for a lot of years. Phoenix is a great metropolitan, big city, all kinds of stuff to do and go to and everything like that. But it's hit, when I was living there one time, it hit 122 degrees.
Oh,
Well,
too hot for my blood.
Yeah, well, what it is, which is it's starting to get that way in Tucson too, but what's different about Phoenix is that it's 50 square miles of concrete. So, and it's in a valley, the Valley of the Sun, and it's aptly named because it literally holds the sun's energy in the concrete. So it'll be 90 degrees at midnight.
Yep. Oh, wow.
So, Jessica was listening, but she just jumped off. And so, what I was going to say was, wow, there's weird noise outside. Maybe come out over here, but take the time to set everything up and do it, and I really think she should meditate, and perhaps right before she's going to sleep, ask her subconscious, why am I so averse to Pennsylvania? What is so bad about where I'm living, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's I think there's something more to that attachment,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got to get out of here, and we might be able to take maybe a question from the chat. I don't know, but we got to make it real quick because I got to get going on things. We got 3 new members to set up and everything. By the way, congratulations to Lane and Deborah and Linda for signing up to the lifetime membership.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, and when we were going through the slides, I don't think I mentioned that. Let me bring up the New Year's sale real quick for everybody. Oh shoot, that's not it. That's the angelic view. I have to turn that off. There it is. 75% off our lifetime membership. It's $78, one payment, paid up for life, and you get all the benefits. So you get your own profile on the website with custom URL, and I'll help you set it up. So if you're a professional reader, you can have your buy buttons and everything on there, and you get your own blog and all that. Plus all of our workshops, Q&As, live Q&As, panel discussions. We do all that, all year long. We're live on Zoom sessions and everything. So there's plenty of time, plenty of opportunity to learn. And in addition, when you sign up for the lifetime membership versus the premium annual or monthly membership, you get your certification included. So that saves you $125. You get my course, Tarot by the Numbers, free. That's a $297 value. And so you get a lot for $297 is the regular price, but it's 75% off right now. $78. And we had 3 people sign up in the last 12 hours. Fantastic. But I did want to mention that, I've extended this sale, and I'm probably going to extend it a little bit longer because we have, so many people wanting to take advantage of it. I think a lot of people haven't heard of it yet, even though I've put it out multiple times and we do it on every show. But once this sale goes away, so is the lifetime membership. You won't even be able to get it at the $297 price. For 2024, we are going back to our annual membership, and we might drag it out for 2025 for the new year. Next year we might drag it out for Black Friday in November, but it's going away for a long time, and it won't be $78 again. No, that's going to be our annual price. So you get it for life for $78, so go ahead and go over to psychic.cafe and pin to the top of the community page. I think it's the second post. You'll see this banner. Just click on that and you can sign up. Also, my readings are 50% off right now on that same page. If you scroll down, you'll see where you can book a reading with me for $49.99 instead of $99.99. So you save $50. So yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody of that. And then of course, our coffee page. If you're having fun with these shows, you love hanging out with us, you got a good reading, something like that, just go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and you can buy us a cup of coffee. Awesome sauce. So we might be able to take one question, but it's at the bottom of the hour already, Michelle. I'm because we're doing so many shows now. I've been enjoying it, and it's so much fun being here with you and Ellie. But going 2 hours is just, especially because we do a show every day, and now we're getting more and more members joining, and we got people to set up on the website, and there's so much work to be done on the new website. I'm like, I still got to get the PDFs from the last module of my course put onto the course group. I mean, there is just so much to do. We need to
Right.
trying to rein it back to like an hour and a half. We're at the hour and a half mark right now. So the only question we had, we got a couple other people came in, but it was Moonlight had a question. I'm troubled by my relationship and I feel the presence of
Present.
someone around me who I believe is trying to tell me something. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what we got. Troubled by the relationship. You go first this time, Michelle.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Hmm.
while you're still shuffling, let me put our host pages up real quick. Psychic.cafe/Michelle, psychic.cafe/Dax. If you have any questions, you want to message us in between shows, or if you want to, book a reading with Michelle or book a reading with me, go over to our pages, and you have to be signed in to send us a message. But go ahead and join the site. It's free to join the site. Just sign up and go to our pages, either psychic.cafe/Michelle or my page/Dax, and you'll see the message envelope icon you can click on. Also, at the top of any page, you'll see the message icon. Somebody today was like, I don't see it. And I said, are you on a phone? It's because when you're on a phone, you go to the top and you see your avatar. You have to click on that for it to expand and show you the different icons. So if you're on a phone, go to the top, click your picture, it'll open that and you'll see the envelope. Click on that, and then you can send a message. But you have to be signed in to do that. So I just thought I'd let everybody know that you can contact us between shows and just ask questions about the guild, about getting certified, ask questions about Psychic Cafe, or book a reading. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay. So I feel like you are being told that you need to choose a path, or maybe you know which path you need to choose, because I got the Chariot card. But in this card, there is two roads in front of the rider, and one leads to a home and one leads to a whole new journey.
Oh, that's different. Like that. Yeah.
And then the next card that I got is the Magician card. So what are you doing? What are you using, or what are you not using to choose this path that you need to be on? Are you using your intuition? Are you using the tools you need? Are you not paying attention to the things around you?
Right.
Because there is success ahead of you. I drew the Six of Wands. So there is success ahead of you. There is something that is to be had, but you need to draw on your own tools and your own intuition to choose the right path.
So before I pulled my cards, I got the Knight of Wands. So there's that fire energy, chasing after your passions and stuff. So, what you were just talking about which path are they supposed to go down? Wait, who was that again? Moonlight. I'm getting right off the bat before I even drew cards. This is the Heart of the Matter card. And it's whichever direction you have passion for. That's the direction you should go in. And I got the hangman, so there's a slight delay, and you're trying to look at the situation 180 degrees upside down from how we normally look at it to get a fresh perspective. And that's a great idea. And something, Ten of Swords, something's coming to a complete end. Okay. And this is the thing. I got the moon card. Actually, that was the first card I drew was the moon card. And after the heart of the matter. And the moon card is telling me, okay, so now armed with all that information and what Michelle just said, you're going to get more information. You're going to get more, how did you put it? You said, I believe someone's trying to tell me something. Yeah, you'll get a more complete message if you program your dreams for it to come during that dream state. That's what I'm getting there. Yay. Okay. I'm looking over. Kay had a question about, I would like to know, why do people who crossed over keep coming as if they're obsessed with our presence? Well, I'm not sure if Kay is saying that they if he's, is he getting them coming all the time? You're talking about you in particular, or people in general, and people that have passed over in general? Because I'm not getting that. I mean, yeah, there's some people that cross over, and I know I'm not a psychic medium, but we've had mediums that were hosts on the network that have had their shows and all, and they tell me from working with people that have crossed over that a lot of times they don't even know they're still here, or they're stuck here, or there's something left to do, things like that. I don't think they're obsessed with our presence. Maybe some people stay because they want to hang out, with us and watch what we're doing and things like that. And then Kay is saying him in particular. So if we draw cards, let's see. Are any of these individuals like involved with your work, like coworkers, people like that? Because I'm getting stuff around work. I'm just trying to make heads or tails of this, Michelle. So far the cards I'm pulling are not really giving me a good indication as to a why. I'm not getting that. I got the Ace of Cups, which doesn't make any sense from this point of view. I mean, cups are emotion, and it's cups are sorry, aces is what I meant to say. Ace of Cups. Aces are, new beginnings in that realm. I'm just not getting a connection here. I did get the Page of Pentacles showing up. And as you can see, the Page of Pentacles is obsessed with their pentacle. Looking at the object there, they're highly focused on that. But yeah, are you getting anything in your cards? I'm just not getting anything.
Well, I got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, which combined with the 2, the High Priestess,
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like maybe Kay, I think it is. Yeah, Kay is a very highly intuitive person. And if there are spirits that are coming to him, he is more open than he might feel or know. And he needs to learn how to control that. Maybe visit someone, because ultimately the Wheel of Fortune, yes, things are happening and destiny, fate, life is taking control, but you still have free will. So you can still go and see someone else who is more intuitive, more empathic than you are, and try to get this under control. And that's what I'm seeing.
Awesome. I'm glad you got something, because it happens sometimes, you know,
It does. Yep.
where you just don't get anything on that. And because I'm not a medium, and because I don't spend a lot of time with that, you know, I don't really have a connection to that. You know, it's not that I don't believe in it. It's just I don't work in that area, you know. So
Right. And I'm growing in
yeah.
that area. So it just kind of flew out of me a little bit when these 2 cards popped up.
Okay, real quick, Dr. Jane. I have 2 suitors, Mr. Jatin and Mr. Krishna. Which relationship should I pursue? What will be the future of these connections? Okay, so this is what I got. 2 of Cups for Mr. Jatin or Jayton. That's the one to definitely go with. The card that I got for Mr. Krishna, the Death card. Yeah.
Yep.
So between the 2 of Cups, Death card, I think it's pretty obvious.
I do too.
Definitely Mr. Jatin. And now, attached to him, though, I'm getting the Devil card. So be careful of attachments in this area with him. It may also mean that as you progress through your relationship, you need to let go of attachments to other people, other things. For the Death card, I got the Queen of Wands. So the problem with the Mr. Krishna is that you guys are going to have issues because you're very independent and strong-willed. I always point out the black cat down there, symbol of independence, and you need to maintain your independence. And either you won't be able to do that with Mr. Krishna, or the other thing is, or you're too strongly independent, and that's just going to rub them the wrong way, and it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let's see. So Kay's an intuitive. Can use for medium to channel, but I sincerely don't like it. Okay, so he doesn't like channeling, and that's a lot of people don't. A lot. Yeah. Yeah. So we got to get out of here. Kelspreek had a will SM and KB get back together question. I don't know if you want to answer that real quick.
I pulled a 10 of Swords. Ooh.
Oh, it looks all over there. Yeah.
A 6 of Swords, and then the Hanged Man.
Damn. Woo. Doesn't look that way, Kel. Okay.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't look all that great. And I would really, really think you've got a couple of swords. I'd really look with, especially with the Hanged Man. Let me show you the Pentacle or the Swords. So there's a lot of thoughts and concerns maybe about this relationship. And if you really look at the Hanged Man and check out the different perspectives, and not just one way, you can look at it from all the different perspectives. It just really study it out, but I just don't see a really good outcome for this relationship.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be on with Ellie, and Michelle will be back on Wednesday. Wednesday we're going to do a real short 1 hour show, because we're going to do a Zoom meeting approximately an hour after that ends. So we give us a little bit of a break, and then so here it's at noon. We end at 1. It'll be 2:00 Mountain Time. So 1:00 Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a Zoom meeting. So if you're new to the website, have questions about the website, it's not a show, it's a gathering, just getting together with people from the cafe. And whether you're a lifetime member, premium member, or just a free member on the site, and you have questions about, all the functionality and everything, and how to do a blog post, and how to do this and how to do that, we're going to be chatting about that and have a live Q&A on Wednesday afternoon. Yep. So, all right. Bye, everybody. And we will
Bye, everybody.
I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Michelle.
Bye.
Thank you for using Blog